A masculine man loves to teach his woman how to behave, and a feminine woman loves to be taught how to behave by her man. This might sound on the surface like it's misogynistic in some way, but bear with me. This is going to make sense. You're going to understand this, at least if your feminine instinct is online. It's going to resonate with you. So understand, when I'm talking about teaching a woman how to behave, a lot of women will immediately go back into childhood where their parents taught her how to behave. And if you experienced parenting that was harsh, that was critical, that was neglectful, that was abusive in any kind of way, then this idea of being taught by a man how to behave might bring up a trigger for you, because you're thinking about being taught how to behave like when you were a child. But that is not how a child is supposed to be taught how to behave, first of all. And that is also not how a grown woman is supposed to be taught how to behave by her man. We're going to be talking on this video about what a woman actually needs and how a man is supposed to be showing up for her, where he is teaching her how to behave, how to show up better with love, and why this isn't misogynistic, why this is actually what you need, why this is going to support you, and you're going to feel better than you ever have in any kind of relationship when you have a man who shows up for you in this way. Before we get into it, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Zach Rohde. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video, because I'm going to make sure it's a really good one for you. So I'm going to just dive in and give an example in my marriage. So my wife and I have been together for about 10 years. We've been practicing polarity and polarized communication for about 6.5 years. And I teach my wife how to behave. And my wife doesn't teach me how to behave. How does that make sense? And how is that fair? Well, first of all, that doesn't mean that my wife doesn't have a voice. I encourage her and lead her into communicating exactly how she feels because of my behavior. I want her to know when she's feeling anxious or angry or sad. I want her to tell me exactly that. I want her to tell me the reasons why. I want her to ask me for help with those things, because I want to make sure that I am making her feel good as much as possible, right? I don't want her to be feeling those negative feelings. And I have things to learn. I am not perfect. Just because I am in the role of teaching her how to show up in a certain way, how to behave, doesn't mean that I know everything and she knows nothing. It's not like that. It just means that we are communicating differently with each other. I don't know how to be, well, for the most part, I know how to behave perfectly with her, but only because over the last 6.5 years, she's explained to me how I emotionally impact her with my behavior. So she uses feminine communication, shares her feelings, shares her problems in a way where she's not blaming or judging me, so that I can understand how to behave better for her. But she's not teaching me how to behave. She's opening herself up and vulnerably sharing how I impact her, so that I can step up and basically behave better, so I can lead better. But a man shouldn't be sharing his feelings vulnerably with his woman and using feminine communication with her. So what I do with her is I lead her to communicate better and show up better, to behave better. When she's judging me or nagging me or leading me, telling me what to do, manipulating me, which almost never happens, what I do is I let her know, like, hey, sweetheart, you're making a judgment right now. Instead of judging me, tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're feeling. I care about how you feel. I lead her into the feeling, okay, and then I ask her, like, hey, tell me why you're feeling that way. What's going on? And then she shares using feminine communication what's going on. If she doesn't, if she goes into judgment again, if she goes into blame, I'll let her know, hey, sweetheart, you're blaming me. Are you feeling some anger right now? I'm sensing some anger. Oh, you're feeling some anger? Okay, that's cool. No problem. Feel that anger. I'm going to feel that anger with you, and I'm going to help you with it. And then we're going to try communicating that again. Here's how you can communicate this without judging or without blaming. And then I get her to share it that way. So I'm literally teaching her how to behave. And this is not, I don't do it in a condescending way, or at least I try not to. Occasionally I do step into that energy and then I correct myself, or she lets me know how she's feeling to receive that condescending energy. And then I work on myself to always communicate that with love, right? I'm telling you this because I'm not perfect. Even 6.5 years into this, I still make mistakes. I'm still human. And sometimes I still get irritated, but I really want to be the best man that I can be for her. I only want to be leading her with love. I want to be correcting her behavior, her communication with love. And it's very similar with how I treat my daughter, right? When she makes mistakes, I just, get on her level, ask her what's going on, help her with her feeling, tell her, like, ask her, is she feeling anything? Give her a hug, give her reassurance, make sure that she's not doing anything that's destructive in any kind of way, set a boundary in some way. That's how children are supposed to be taught to behave. And it's also how women are supposed to be taught. Obviously, there's differences, right? It's not like I'm going to be teaching them exactly the same, because the way you talk to a 3-year-old is not the way that you're going to talk to a grown woman. But there's going to be a lot of similarities. A man needs to be, in both cases, I treat them with a lot of warmth, a lot of care, no punishing energy, no condescending energy. Correct them, like give a correction. Don't talk to me this way, you're judging, or you're don't color on the walls if I'm talking to my daughter. My wife doesn't color on the walls, so I don't have to correct her in that way. Tell her what she should be doing instead. Really help her with her feelings, hold both of them with their feelings, both physically and emotionally, right? So there's so many similarities. And most men are not showing up for a woman in this way. They feel uncomfortable about it. They feel like, it's not their place to do that. And so what happens is a woman doesn't get the feedback that she needs. Like when I didn't feel comfortable leading in this way, I would just get irritated a lot of the time because my need for respect wasn't being met as a man. And it would just cause me to withdraw or to get passive aggressive, to judge her in a critical kind of way, because I didn't have a proper outlet to explain to her why there is a problem and get her to change it. Just like when a woman doesn't have a proper outlet, when she's not able to share all of her feelings vulnerably, you're going to take that out by manipulating or being judgy or trying to control in all of these ways. Masculine and feminine communication solves this. It does not make you weak or less than, inferior in any kind of way to be taught by a man how to behave. It actually makes you worthy. Because when a man loves you, when he cares about you, when he wants to be supportive of you, he's going to put in all of this time and attention and care to leading you into being the best version of yourself that you can be. Not because he doesn't love you as you are, but because he loves you so much that he wants you to be the best that you can be, not just for himself, for him, but also for you. Because you're going to feel so much better. He's going to feel so much better. The relationship is going to be so much better. And of course, in this dynamic, just like I've explained for my own behavior, he's constantly looking at how he is showing up to be a better man for you as well. It's not just you that's improving, it's both of you together. And this is the dynamic to create this beautiful relationship where you're growing together, because you're giving him the respect, the reverence, the trust that he needs as a man to activate that masculine instinct, to inspire him to be his best for you. And he's giving you the safety, the warmth, the love, the strength, the power for you to feel safe, to let go, to open up, to be vulnerable, to follow his lead. This is how men and women heal. If you would like help learning how to create this dynamic with a man, whether you're single or in a relationship, continue watching these videos. And if you would like my hands-on support to help you do that as quickly as possible, then go below this video, open up the description, click on the relationshipofyourdreams.com link, watch the video on that page, and then book a call with me, and we'll talk all about what's going on in your love life. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to shift with the same warmth and care and love that I've just explained on this video. And then we'll find out if it makes sense to work together. And if it does, great, we'll help you create the relationship of your dreams.